Today, I'm going to share a powerful story. The story of a young man named Arjun, a boy who looked calm outside but fought storms inside his mind every day. This story will teach a simple but life-changing lesson about overthinking. In a small town lived a young man named Arjun. Everyone knew him as a hard-working, kind-hearted boy. On the outside, he looked calm, but inside his mind, a storm was always running. Arjun had one big problem. He overthought everything. He worried about small decisions, simple conversations, and even things that had not happened yet. His mind never rested. Day and night he was fighting battles that existed only in his thoughts. Arjun worked in a small shop. Every day he tried his best, but even the smallest comment made him worry. One evening, his boss said, "Arjun, be careful with the accounts." The boss meant nothing wrong. He only gave a friendly reminder. But Arjun's mind started creating stories. What if he thinks I am careless? What if I lose my job? What if I can't support my family? A simple sentence became a full nightmare inside his mind. He couldn't sleep the whole night. This is what overthinking does. It adds fear to every thought.
Arjun always wanted to apply for a better job in the city, but every time he prepared his resume, a new worry appeared. What if they reject me? What if I fail the interview? What if I embarrass myself? Days turned into weeks, weeks turned into months, and Arjun never applied. Overthinking had stolen his confidence. Overthinking had stolen his opportunities.
Arjun had a friend named Meera. She understood him well. One day, she said, "Arjun, why don't you try for the new company? You are talented." But Arjun smiled weakly. "What if I am not good enough?" Meera looked at him kindly and said, "Arjun, what if you are?" But Arjun didn't listen. His mind was louder than anyone's advice.
One night, after another long day of worrying, Arjun finally broke down. He looked into the mirror and said, "Why am I like this? Why can't I stop thinking? Why is my mind not giving me peace?" His thoughts were like a prison, and he was the only prisoner. The next morning, Arjun visited a tea shop. There, he met an old man who always sat calmly, reading newspapers. The old man noticed Arjun's stressed face and asked, "Son, what troubles you?" Arjun usually never shared his problems, but today he needed help. He opened up. "Sir, my mind never stops thinking. I worry about everything. I imagine problems even when life is normal." The old man smiled gently. "Let me tell you something, Arjun. Come with me." They walked to a small pond behind the tea shop. The old man picked up a stone and threw it into the water. Ripples spread across the surface. He said, "Your mind is like this water. When you drop one thought, it creates many ripples, just like overthinking." Arjun listened carefully. The old man continued, "If you keep throwing stones, thought after thought, the water will never be calm. But if you stop, the water becomes peaceful again." Arjun asked, "Sir, how do I stop throwing stones?" The old man placed his hand on Arjun's shoulder. "Three things: pause, breathe, and be present. Not every thought deserves your attention." First time in his life, Arjun understood. He started practicing small steps. When a negative thought came, he paused. He took a deep breath. He reminded himself, This is only in my mind. He focused on what he could control and ignored what he couldn't. Slowly, his mind became lighter. He slept better. He felt calmer. He even applied for the new job.
The day of the interview came. Arjun still felt nervous, but he didn't let his thoughts control him. When the interviewer asked questions, he answered confidently, and 1 week later, he received a call. "Congratulations, Arjun! You are selected." His eyes filled with tears, not because of the job, but because he finally defeated his biggest enemy, his own overthinking mind.
Moral of the story: overthinking doesn't change the future. It only destroys your peace today. Most problems exist only in your mind, not in reality. When you learn to pause, breathe, and stay present, life becomes easier.